How would you like to know the secret underground traffic strategy that sends more than 2,400 visitors to one of my websites every single day for free? Well, there's a special link in the description. Go ahead, click that right now because you're going to get a 20-something page PDF. It's a free blueprint and it really is free. You don't have to sign up for anything. I don't need your email address. And if you want to go ahead and upgrade to the full version and get more than 50 extra traffic strategies on top, I'll also give you a really good discount on that course as well. So welcome aboard. Welcome to ProfitGoPilot.com. Mick Meaney here. And I know it's been a minute since we last hung out, but this is really just something for my subscribers as a way to say thank you for your support while I've been away dealing with my mental health issues. I've had more than 200 emails from you guys over the last few months, over the last year, and I am okay. I haven't disappeared. Everything's fine, and I'm hopefully going to return on a more regular basis to create more content for you. That's my aim. We'll see how it goes. Okay, so how does this traffic strategy really work? Well, it works by targeting niche relevant podcasts, but it's not what you think. Hear me out, okay? You don't have to appear on any podcasts. I mean, I'm an introvert, right? The idea of having to appear on someone's show and being asked questions and being put on the spot and all that stuff, it just makes me uncomfortable. So I don't do it so much. So that means you don't have to do it either, because I only ever share strategies that I have used and benefited from. So let me ask you something, okay? Really think about this because it's important. Let's say in the last 24 hours, in the last day, how many podcasts in your niche have been published? It's probably going to be a lot, right? So in the last month, if we add it all up, there's probably been a whole heap of opportunity to drive traffic and sales to your website. And if you ignore that, which is your choice, then you're probably just leaving a lot of money on the table. So you have effectively missed out on making a lot of money just by not using this strategy. Now, chances are you probably didn't know it existed. So how do you take advantage of all that free traffic without having to be a guest on someone's podcast? Well, a few years ago, I developed this strategy, and it's really simple, because I realized that there was a lot of traffic flowing to all these shows, but I didn't want to be a guest on them. So I spoke to dozens of podcast hosts, and you've probably heard of a few of them. And I found that a lot of them had something in common. There was a problem that ran through pretty much every podcast out there. You see, instead of just doing face-to-face interviews that do take up most of the podcasts, most of them will have things like industry news or little segments that they will take time out to explore what else is going on in the wider niche. So that means there are hundreds of hours of airtime that needs to be filled. So that's where you step in. Okay, so you step in by sharing attention-grabbing content with these podcast hosts. Now, the cool thing is you don't have to go out and create a bunch of content to make this work. You don't need to hire people to churn out content. You don't have to use AI to generate it for you. You can curate the content or take it from elsewhere, ethically and legally, put your own angle on it, and now podcast hosts have a reason to talk about you. And I'm going to show you how to do it in 5 easy steps. So step 1, go to a website like BuzzFeed or Upworthy and search for niche relevant keywords. Step 2, grab something current that's going to be of interest to your target audience. And then step 3, just add to the story in some way. So you could include quotes, you could have an alternative opinion, or you could inject controversy. Then step 4 is to add links to your landing pages, your sales pages, and your affiliate offers. And then the last step, step 5, is to publish it online. And also remember to always credit your sources. That's very important. So now you've got a piece of highly relevant content that is of interest to your target audience. It has a unique perspective that's from just you, so nobody else has that insight or that piece of content. And that gives the podcast hosts a reason to talk about your content and then link to it from the show notes. Okay, so how do you find these podcasts? Well, when you download that PDF, I'm going to give you all the resources you need to find niche relevant podcasts that are just screaming out for your content. But a really quick and easy way to do this, to find these podcasts, is to go to Spotify and iTunes. So search for niche relevant keywords, then make a list of all the podcasts that you want to approach. And remember, some of the big names in your industry, they're being bombarded, so it might take a while before they start featuring you. So target the smaller ones first and then eventually work your way up. And also use the done for you email templates inside that PDF so you always know exactly what to say to get your content featured. But listen, it's all really just about establishing trust and building relationships. It's just like anything else in life. So be cool with people, provide value and information that you know will actually be beneficial to your target audience, and then focus on driving traffic and sales secondary, because when you put the needs of your target audience first above your own, that is how you create trust and you build solid relationships. And the great thing about this is it is rinse and repeat, so you can replicate this as many times as you want. And then once you get featured on 1 or 2 podcasts, it can have this kind of domino effect. So not only will the podcast in question likely want to feature more of your content next time, but other websites and other podcasts will begin to start promoting you too. They're all keeping an eye on each other, right? They're all seeing what the other one is doing. And if you start to get featured on these podcasts, well, these other podcasts will want to bring you on board as well. They'll want to start using your content as well. And then as you build these relationships with podcasters, they will begin to feature your content more prominently and more often. Now, one podcast that I was sending content to was featuring, and I am not joking, around 20 of my articles every single episode. They were featuring lots of other people's as well. That was basically the podcast. They were just going through the internet and reading out reports from various websites, but mine was being featured very prominently. And you can imagine on that particular website, the amount of traffic it was driving was just insane every single day. Tens of thousands of visitors, all from one podcast. So it really can create this snowball effect for you from very little work. And you know what? This works for affiliate marketers, content creators, influencers, e-com stores, YouTubers, basically anyone that can publish content on the internet. So that can be on your own website or on someone else's, like Medium. So this can work for you. And I've personally used this to get hundreds of thousands of visitors for myself and for my clients. It's also generated hundreds of valuable authoritative backlinks for free. So I've got an added SEO benefit from this as well. So that means you can probably do the same. So go ahead, click that link in the description, get that free PDF and start driving tons of traffic and sales to your websites for free. So thank you for watching and God bless.